Well, here comes some more.
Is their insides or teeth. Now those teeth can reach lengths of up to 3 inches long. So it only takes a beaver about a minute to gnaw through a tree trunk that's several inches thick. And sometimes a group of beavers will get together so they can tackle the larger, thicker trees. Some people also think the tail is used in construction, but that's really not the case. What the tail is used for instead is more like a rudder while they're swimming, or they might even use it on land as kind of a kickstand, so they can balance their hind legs in order to reach the higher parts of a tree. Now, few animals have had as much influence on our history as the North American beaver. Even wars, such as the French and Indian War, were fought over access to beaver fur trapping areas. But luckily today, due to human ingenuity, beavers swim. Water, beaver. That's what the books tell me that it goes together. Like I was saying, due to human ingenuity and changing style, we can all be warm and fashionable without the use of beaver fur, which means these truly remarkable animals will be around for future generations to appreciate and admire. 2, 3! You have to see. You didn't get any, did you? No. You know why? They don't shoot their quills. Steve knew that already, and a lot of you probably did too, but he played our game anyway, thank God. Okay, Steve, I'll tell you what, but since you did that, we are going to let you pet him. You want to do that? Okay, good. We've got to go over a few porcupine petting rules. First rule is, Steve, we got to keep his mouth full of food at all times. We actually worry more about his teeth than we do his quills. Spike is a rodent, so he has very long teeth. And the second rule, Steve, is you never want to pet a porcupine. Right, the wrong way, because that'd be kind of painful. So why don't you just, he's eating, Steve, just reach out there and give him a couple pets from head to tail. And since you're the only one that can, wait! Nerves of steel, I should have known. Okay, Steve, go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead and give him a couple pets. Now, since you're the only one that gets to pet him, tell us what he feels like. Fur. Okay, now he can do better than that. Cat whiskers, pine needles. Yeah, right? Sure. Now the reason for that is what Steve is petting are not actually the quills. Steve's petting what's called the guard hairs, and they're a lot softer than the quills. The quills, as you can see, Steve, are actually underneath it, right? Spike's going to turn around, and that's a good thing, so let's stay right where you are. I'm going to show everyone how brave Steve has been, because he's been skimming the tops of 30,000 quills on this porcupine. Can you see those, Steve? Want to touch those? That's actually the correct answer. We'll go ahead and put those down. Go ahead and keep petting them, Steve. I'm going to explain to you all how the quills work. Now, they have microscopic-like barbs on them, and they're designed to go in one direction and one direction only. So when the predator comes in contact with the porcupine, they disengage from him and enter your skin, similar to how a bee stinger does. Now, they don't come out the same way. They actually work their way deeper and deeper into the predator's skin. Some animals have been found with these quills all the way inside their internal organs. So I guess we could decide or conclude that this is not only a very unique defense system, but also an extremely efficient one as well.
Seeing eyesight. During the day, though, it's about the same as ours, but at night, it's about 6 times greater. That makes them quite effective nighttime hunters. In the wild, the bobcat, their main prey is small rodents or rabbits. But believe it or not, an animal of this size, just about 30 pounds, is capable of bringing down larger prey, such as deer or bighorn sheep when necessary. Now, they're very efficient predators, but they capture their prey less than 50% of the time. When they do, the way they do it is they will hide, like we mentioned. They'll wait and ambush their prey and spring into action using those powerful hind legs. Bobcats are great tree climbers, and that is surprising when you look at Charger's tail. They really have a short tail. It's a shorter bobtail, and that's how the bobcat got their name, due to their tail. Now, bobcats are very adaptable animals. They can be found in virtually any terrain, from deserts to mountains to swamps. Now, this is one of the most common animals and most widespread of all the...
Very accurately playing with it and content to show us that maneuverability. Now tell me that isn't classic, you know? Watch the foot action. There you go. Dig it up, dig it up, dig it up. And then what? She'll eat it. Meow. No. She says, see, but you didn't think I would, huh? I love elephants. They're so intelligent. Look at her go. No, I'm not going to eat it. No, I'm not. Yet, no. I'm watching you, huh? She knows it. She says, I'm going to get a little more first. Just work it out a little bit more. Perfect. Almost. Watch again, folks. Almost. And yes. Girl, you are classic. Now, if you look at any of them for any length of time like that, you'll find the personalities of each one real fast. Some are greedy, some are pushy, some are aloof. Others couldn't care less for the presence of the other one. And sometimes, on any given day, they don't want to do the show. The keepers have to know it, or they'll stand there looking at them like, go ahead, and stand. So when the idiosyncrasies of each are honored, then, of course, we can get them to work and show you the things they do. Manageability is the important thing, because if the vet is needed, for any reason, like maybe the hunters... These Cape Buffalo on the right are the second aggressive animals. Well, second only to African river animals. Humans. Below them are animals that can outdistance a cheetah. They're the Kenya impala, and they can really go 55 miles an hour. For longer than a cheetah can go 60. So impressive are they when they run that sometimes you get a chance to see them actually go 8 feet in the air and 30 feet across in a single leap. Boy, that's remarkable. Let's go from East Africa to Asia on the right. You'll be peeking, though, at a bird under the tree, 6 foot tall, called a Sora's crane, and some Indian rhinos will be in view.
Look at them! Not in the water right there.
Oh, look, Alexis, zebras.
Let's talk about the Grevy zebra first on our left,
Oh, yeah.
since they're in a good spot. And focus on any one of them that you like. Stick to it, because I want you to focus on the ears. One ear can face forward, and at the same time, the other face the rear. The independent rotation of 180 degrees works to prevent predators from sneaking up on them. And since you can find your own and stare at it, maybe get lucky enough to see that occur. One forward, one back at the same time. Their thin rear stripes, though, are the way you remember them. And their stripes are unique to each one. Now look to the right and concentrate on the cattle first, because they're 1,800 pounds. They're called Indian Gower, and the biggest and the best and the most mature is the one with the shiniest coat and muscular upper torso. They're huge. They're bigger than that at 4,000 pounds are Indian rhinos. And they start out big. 150 pounds is an average. Moms wait 16 months for the birth of their baby. And to let us watch the baby nurse is really incredible. But waiting 16 months isn't the only thing that, to me, puts them in a category of excellent moms and patient moms, because a baby nurses 2 years, gains 100 pounds a month off mom's milk alone for the first year, and of course stays with her about 3.5 years. And that little one looks hungry to me. The other one, a little bit older. So the one nursing's about 4 months, the other one's about 6 months old. And their moms are close beside them, I'll tell you, all the way. Indian rhinos look like they're wearing a suit of armor. As an ID, they're covered in mud because that protects their skin from sunburn.
Yeah.
You like the breeze?
On the left-hand side are the brown and white kiang. The kiang are equid that can endure elevations of about 15,000 feet in Tibet very easily.
Oh,
And no larger equid
tell me
can.
again.
Kiang are beautiful. They're not donkeys and they're not horses. They're wild ass.
Not a horse.
So if you say it in school, guys, you probably get in trouble unless you can define it. So I wouldn't. You can say it here. On the right, in the feeder troughs, monopolizing everything. Are the aerial sheep. And since
It's a goat.
most often you see sheep with a lot of, you know, fluffy stuff on them, wool,
And what?
most
That's
of
the
the
couch.
non-domestic,
Couch.
as these are,
There.
don't have anything like that.
Look.
You have to breed them to get the wool. These won't. These are wild. You know? Others under the trees include the babies for these little sheep. Or tan ones with a white underbelly known as Persian gazelle. And those are the adults. 25 pounds as adults. Orange colored deer at the bottom are the barashinga or swamp deer. As we approach these on the left with the lavender coat, these equid are from Somalia. They're really rare. Somali wild ass is what they're called. On the left again, the Arabian oryx, and they're the true legend of the unicorn. Actually seen from the side profile, both horns blend into one, if they're lined right. Where there were only 9 left after World War II from overhunting for sport, it is thanks to the Phoenix Zoo's efforts for getting them together and breeding them, giving some to us, giving some to others, and by getting the help of the Sultans and Bedouins of Oman, they're back in the wild on a 200-acre preserve. So we thank everybody involved in that success, and the animals too for the blind dates that worked. Enjoying the pool? On the right? Not. The first one isn't, but the other Indian rhino is. And you'll see the horn is short because she likes to rub it on something abrasive. We don't use a big emery board on her. The horn is made out of the same protein as our fingernails and hair, so they can do that. They can shorten it if they want. It does split, and like our fingernails and hair, if they don't feel like doing anything to it, they just leave it and it's ragged looking. But Indian rhinos can't be seen real easily on a normal day, and she sure is relaxed in that water. Yes, go ahead and enjoy it. Because we pamper them when they're in here. It's a hotel suite. Lower bedroom, the feeder trough, the shade tree, and the pool. Where would I be on that day? In the pool. So without a doubt, we'll go around the bend, show you others in Asia.
Let me look for there. No, Dad, let me look.
I can't see too well right now, honey.
But you'll see it.
Yeah, I'll show it to you when we get home.
Sitting in that alert circle below us, facing different directions, prevents predators from sneaking up on them. And that is seen now by the black buck. The females are tan with a white underbelly and the males have the corkscrew horns. But at maturity they have a dark chocolate upper coat to define them. Very different color from the females. Spots never disappear on some of these deer, and this one below us is one of them that doesn't. Never lose the spots. It's called an axis or chatal. The other darker brown ones are Java and Rusa. And a glimpse below us of the Indian cattle called Gower, the 1,800-pound wild cattle, are the last we see as we head over to East Africa, leaving Asia behind us. species. Look at that little one below us heading towards Mom. That's our latest southern white rhino, a month old, number 84. What a sweetie. You don't see him in the afternoon like this very often. Look at those little legs go. He's happy. Mom's covered in mud and so is he, protecting his skin from sunburn. And typically, 84 births is a lot in 26 years for any species, and they take precedent in it being our emblem for that reason. He's a darling. He's thinking of hiding in the shade of Mom. She'll protect him that way and stand over him, protecting him from the sun, or he'll nurse. But the bird under the tree below us is our Goliath heron, and at the top of the tree, flying over one of our vultures, are visiting ravens. The vulture being ours, the top of that tree is hard to see because he's gray and white. But he flies in the tree as well as every one of our birds, but at shorter distances because we do pinion the wing, removing part of it so they don't leave us. And vultures are important, but we don't want them to go get at their own roadkill, you know? We give them bird of prey mix from Purina. Look to the right at these on the slope and under the tree below us. They're all the same, Nile Lechway. But the males that are mature are black with a white patch, females are caramel colored, and immature males have a caramel patch in color. Sitting under the tree are the immature ones. You may see a little tan animal with them under that tree with a stripe down its side. That's a Thompson's gazelle, and that's the favorite diet of cheetahs. So with that, let's head out of here and round the bend looking at the pond up ahead of us cooling off. But on our left are some little slenderhorn in North Africa's exhibit. Hopefully we'll see others, like the Thompson's gazelle in East Africa on the right below us. Vultures visiting from Escondido on the hill to our right, known as turkey vultures, and ravens too. Here on our left are Angolan cattle, their predecessors to the Texas longhorn, and their horns do measure 7 feet from tip to tip at maturity. The seat you're sitting on is just over that length. Get a great view of reticulated giraffe coming our way, so let's do it from here. Watch the giraffe walk. Two left, two right, two left, two right. As he walks over to the acacia that we hang from the feeder tree, notice the oryx leaves with the nice straight horns, and you'd think the oryx with the horns would take precedent and not leave, but the giraffe do, because they can kick in any radius of 8 to 10 feet. And you can see the tongue, 18 inches long.
It's a giraffe.
And notice that as the sprinklers came on, nobody jumped. Usually everybody leaps in the air and takes off. But I think somebody's rearranged that sprinkler, and it could be the rhinos. They sit on them and break them. The best use of sprinklers go to the Hartman's Mountain zebra under the tree behind us. Hello, little one. The youngest giraffe, a year old, is the light-colored one. He will one day be the main breeder in here and replace the mature male, because you don't want inbreeding. And to see them this close and enjoy their beautiful eyelashes is amazing. Sensitive. Definitely delicate, even as tall as you are. That's really beautiful. Thank you. I know you listen. Playing with something he's munching on. Looks like candy, but it isn't some kind of leaf. He heads over there, checks us out, checks the situation out, and the Gemsbok are they're called South African oryx. Lavender in color, but oryx, O-R-Y-X, are easily identified by the black mask and long straight horns. The others below the sprinklers on our right, with the U-shaped horns and long white tails and black bodies, are black wildebeest, and they're only found in reserves, no longer in the wild. Ahead of us on the right of that main feeder, sable antelope, and they really can defend themselves from a predator by getting on their knees, lowering their head, and presenting the points to the predator. And that'd work on me. On our left, in North Africa's exhibit, the experts at going without water 20 days are the dromedaries. The deer behind them Barbary deer, and ahead of us under the pepper tree on our left, the true desert dwellers known as scimitar horned oryx. Look to the right quickly in South Africa's exhibit. The other one with the white blaze on its face is a bless buck. And here comes the lead male on the right, slowly walking by us. He will be replaced probably in the next 5 or 6 years as a breeding male, so we don't have inbreeding occur, you know, because it takes that long for that little one to mature and maybe figure it out. Without a doubt, we're going to the other end of South Africa and join the ride for a while until something is visible that we can all see. It could be a new mom, I think. Look downhill past the feeder on the right. See that big tan one that looks like a cow with the tail flapping back and forth, and it looks like they have a lion's tail on it? That is a Patterson's eland, and I think she's grooming a youngster, and I wasn't there this morning, so I don't know if I'm just visualizing something that isn't existing or if that's a new birth down there. They do give birth out in the field. So you never know, because I'll keep trying to find an angle. She knows all the angles to hide it from us. I don't know. Maybe not, maybe not. Well, until we find something else to surprise you, let's just push on. You might see some rhinos, though, past this raven. Look down in the exhibit at the 5 trees that are clustered together. There's a thing that looks like a big rock underneath those trees, and it's a northern white rhino. The others are Cape buffalo. But the northern white rhino species is numbering 31 in the world. So our good track record in breeding animals in slim numbers has caused 3 of them to come here, from Czechoslovakia and Khartoum, so hopefully the blind dates will work, you know, and maybe get some more over here to help. Because you know how much fun blind dates are. South Africa shows us nothing in this separate enclosure. Well, let's see, maybe. Kudu at the very bottom, past the circular hut, couldn't care less for our presence any more than they do any other species around it. That's why they're in here, separated from others. And we tried, believe me, we tried. But every time another species approached their feeder, they'd leave. So the greater kudu like it alone. We give it to them. 2,200 acres, we can do that. The 200 acres within it, though, isn't developed around us on purpose. So we can see the native wildlife almost underwater. The domestic water buffalo. You'll see 3 of them on the other side, almost submerged, because that's their technique when they swim. Crossing the pond with just barely the nostrils showing. And they're also the ones that give you true mozzarella cheese from their milk. The pair David's deer stand at the water's edge very nicely, but haven't been in the wilds of China in 1,700 years. And more of them are in the mud as you look down in the middle, because that's their preference in habitat. So let's cross the bridge and head to the other side.
We're crossing on the bridge.
Have bred them successfully. Well, that says we're doing something right. There's the breeze. Here we go. And down the hill we go. Alongside every other exhibit we've come up on, trying to find something. Well, if those domestic water buffalo don't feel comfortable, I don't know who does. Just looking at us like, we're in here and you're out there and I don't know why. They've got it made. It is a beautiful section, isn't it? When animals blend in so well that you cannot see them, there's a term called cryptic camouflage. And this brings it to forefront pretty easily because it's like finding a picture within a picture. So when you look out there and find them, that's what it is, cryptic camouflage. Under the trees as well, you'll find some babies, especially on the rocks, for the Turkoman markhor goats. And if you want to see camouflage again, I'll take you to the mountain habitat, and there you'll be on your own to find goats and sheep without any help from me, because you'll really do a better job that way. So as we approach it, the goats and sheep are yours to find for about a minute on our left, and then I'll tell you who they are and how many after you've tried. So start looking up.
rocks. That little cave.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now I do.
Of course, you've probably found at least a dozen, but there are 64. So if you see any that are light tan with really long curved horns, those are Siberian ibex. Fluffy brown ones with short horns are Himalayan tar. The others are European mouflon sheep. They ate all the bushes, so if you want to compare this natural setting, keep looking left at what it used to look like before they ate everything, with bushes. Giving them hay and oats and alfalfa though every day works in camouflage feeders, and we go through for every animal in place, here on the right as well as other exhibits, about $65,000 a month in food. That's why we appreciate you buying one ice cream cone, because it all goes back to the animals. And we appreciate you too when you see, I'll tell you how you do it. I'm telling you, it's hot. And the ostrich, that you'll see in a second, are down underneath, well, us right now in that separate unit. And they're going to go out in the field probably later this week. But when newcomers arrive, they go through a small acclimation time where they kind of check out their new environment from a smaller area. And ostrich have eggs that can withstand about 250 pounds of pressure without cracking, which they are about that size, those birds. And when they nest, the equivalent to about 36 chicken eggs in liquid form are in it. So let's enjoy the view of South Africa and take you to the only true wild horse on our left in a minute. As you look at them, all tan with a short mane, they're all the lookalikes, you know? That's one way to remember Przewalski horses. But they've got 2 extra chromosomes than a domestic horse, and males have a harem. And these horses go back in time to prehistoric days where they were depicted on the cave paintings of France and Spain. So they're well worth saving, never having been ridden long enough to be domesticated. They've earned the right to be called wild, and to go back to it. And that's thanks to China, who set aside parts of the Gobi Desert for them, because some of them are back in the wild of the Gobi Desert. So I don't know how the one male we've got is going to have a date at all. Girls like him, he's the only one. You know, there's so few of you. Northern white rhino, numbering 31 left in the world. Try. As you look left, ask them for a change visible in the middle. One's up ahead in the shade looking like the rocks. The other 2 are mom and her baby that's about 3 years old. So let's crawl up here and ruin his rest. Try to whisper. Don't wake up, Cornelius. I know it's hot. Okay, I'll whisper. Goes, oh no, they've spotted me. I'm sorry. Rest. He says, I'm tired of being looked at. I want to show you his upper lip. It's pointed rather than square. Can you show us, Cornelius? We need to find some more, huh, Cornelius? Come on. We're out of here, going into East Africa on the right and showing you the heart of Africa next. Hopefully we'll all get to see all the animals in it. Part of Africa is special because it's like taking a mini safari. First, it doesn't take long to see that they are wonderful, that we appreciate pygmy chimps. And they're fun-loving. But these, unfortunately, we need to learn more about because we don't know a lot. We know they're sensitive. They pick on each other. When one gets attention, the other doesn't. It's similar to our own selves, you know. However, their genetic coding is about as close to us as you can get. Maybe 2% less than our DNA. And being the smartest of the primates isn't helping them because there's no land left to return to in Zaire for total habitat loss. The downside is worse. When they arrived here, they were genetically, on the left, sensitive roan antelope, and next to them bongo. And bongo have vertical stripes that help break up the image of the body in a dense setting.
Alexis didn't like it?
Oh, she's got her ears over her.
Give me a 3.
3, 2.
Oh, you want me to push? What do you think of these dinosaurs, Alexis? You like them? No? They too noisy? Yes, they are.
See him coming in the trees? Mom, Petrie! Wake up, Mom!
Hiya, baby.
Hi, sweetie pie.
What are you doing tonight?
Your feet hurt? What am I looking at? Are you sunburned again? No.
What kind of carrots are they? Rainbow across that. What's the name of the rainbow? Red, yellow, orange. Daddy,
Well, honey,
look at.
you got a dinosaur. And a giraffe. Oh boy.
Now where's my No, it says they don't use drinkable water.
Where's Tony? Oh, there you are.
How do you get more film? What happens if you let go of that?
She's terrified.
Watch your step. It's finished.
Nice tushy.
Kind of fish. This is what I should do with my half acre.
Bring it over here.
Oh, 4? Maybe bird. You see the color on these, honey?
Yes,
Some that's standing under the tree.
they're pretty.
Feeling that one over there? Alexis. They're eating nectar.
Be careful. No, no, no. Don't try to pet.
How do you get Alexis? They're pretty.
You can't pet him. Don't pet him, okay? He'll bite.
Alexis, you like the pretty bird? No.
Look at the color of these, honey. My cup's almost gone. Well, there's still some in there. Look with your eyes.
Nice shot. Missed you. But now you're facing it.
Honey, look at the color of that orange. The yellow there.
Pretty. Crowded.
Look at me, Ariel.
Yeah.